Hi everyone and welcome to our podcast. Wait, I thought that we were going to do this together. 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone and welcome to our podcast.
Remember when you thought that quicksand would be a real problem in your life? Or that if you ate a watermelon seed, then a full on watermelon would grow inside of your stomach? You are not alone. We did that too. Welcome to Remember When, the show where we dive into all the hilarious, nostalgic, and sometimes surprisingly deep lies we believed when we were kids. My name's Carolina.
I am Afonso.
And I am Miguel.
And this is
Remember When.
Alright, so let's get started. So, starting off with the big one, the king of childhood betrayal, the man himself, Santa Claus.
In theory, the idea of Santa is adorable. Magical man, rides a sleigh, gives you free stuff if you're good. Basically an Amazon Prime membership, but without the subscription fee.
Right, but when you step back for like 5 seconds and think about it, somehow a single man manages to deliver presents to literally every kid on Earth. In one night, using reindeer who flies thanks to what? Christmas spirit.
And let's not forget the surveillance aspect. Do you guys know that song? I think it's called Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah,
Okay. That's not festive. That sounds like an episode of a crime series. But still, I think we all believe that Santa was real. Did you, Afonso?
Well, yes, I did.
And how did you find out that he wasn't?
Like 5 years ago, I was about 10 years old, and I was with my family at home for Christmas. When Santa Claus came, I recognized this shirt that I was wearing. It was my grandfather's shirt. So I went up to him and I ripped his beard. That's when I realized that it was my grandfather. And I was like, what? So what about you, Miguel? When did you realize that Santa wasn't real? Like last year?
Very funny, Afonso. Actually, 4 years ago, actually. Afonso.
Oh, that's really impressive, Miguel.
I actually have a funny Christmas story too. Every Christmas night, I used to leave cookies and a glass of milk for Santa.
Really? I never did that.
Yeah, me neither. That's so cool.
And I used to go to my grandmother's house, and when I went to the car downstairs in the garage, my mother always told me that she had to go upstairs to get ready to go out. And then I found out that the reason she went upstairs was to eat the cookies I had left for Santa.
And how did you realize that?
My mom told me, actually.
You know what the worst part is? When you finally figure out that Santa is a lie. Your parents don't even apologize.
That's so true.
They're just like, oh yeah, we lied to you for like a decade. Anyway, have fun trusting people.
You know who we should also talk about? The Tooth Fairy.
I never liked her very much, to be honest. She was just like inconsistent. Are there like regional tooth fairies? Does the tooth fairy work alone? Is there union?
Honestly, what a weird flex. Like, oh, you lost a tooth? Here's some money. Now sleep peacefully while an unseen entity reaches under your pillow.
Yeah, my friend got 5 euros for his tooth. I got 75 cents. Like what? Was the inflation already kicking in? But how did you find out she wasn't real?
Funny story. So one day I was just playing in my parents' bedroom. I think I was messing around with my mom's jewelry and stuff, and I just came across a really cute bracelet. And I remember looking at it and thinking, I've never seen this before. Is this my mom's new bracelet? Or did my parents just buy it and they want to give it to me, like as a present or something? So I was just super excited.
That's not gonna end well, is it?
It's really not. So that same day, one tooth fell out, And obviously, like every child, I put it under my pillow. And the next day, I wake up and I saw the bracelet that I had seen on my mom's bedroom underneath my pillow. And I think that's when I realized that the tooth fairy wasn't real.
Oh no.
So speaking of magical creatures, did you believe in those little elves? I think their name was leprechauns.
Yes.
I would ask my mom to drive me to the end of the barren wall because I surely believe that there would be an elf and a goat. I'm still waiting to find one, to be honest. What about monsters? Did you believe in monsters, Afonso?
The only monster that I know is the drink.
Oh yes, very funny, very funny.
But seriously, did you believe in monsters?
Yes, I was just joking. Of course, I believed in monsters, especially those under the bed. When I was a child, I never put my feet off the bed because I was scared that they could eat my feet.
And you know what made it worse? Shadows. Every damn object in my room turned evil after 9 p.m.
Oh, 100%. That pile of clothes on the chair, by day, harmless. By night, some kind of monster looking at me with glowing eyes.
I had this weird coat stand that looked fine during the day, but at night looked like a tall man in a hat just standing there. How was I supposed to sleep peacefully?
I once screamed because my own leg cast a shadow on the wall and I thought it was something reaching for me. I was like, it has got me. Nope, just my kneecap. Okay, now, quicksand. I don't know about you guys, but based on the amount of times quicksand showed up in TV, I was totally convinced that quicksand was gonna be like the worst obstacle of my life.
Right.
I really thought when we grew up, one of our biggest problems would be drowning in quicksand. I thought my future would be like 80% schoolwork and 20% quicksand rescues.
Spoiler alert, it's 100% school.
Yes.
I mean, we are teenagers and so far no quicksand encounters. But seriously, imagine explaining that fear to a kid now. Yeah, back in the day we weren't scared of pandemics or AI. We were scared of a mud hole just eating us.
Turns out quicksand won't suck you under like in cartoons, you know? Like in real quicksand, you can get stuck, but you actually float better than you think, unless you're somewhere with a lot of waves or where the ocean tide might be coming.
Wait, what? Are you sure about that?
I mean, Google told me so.
My god, my childhood is alive.
Speaking of nature killing us, can we talk about carnivorous plants for a sec? I thought those flowers were going to be everywhere, and I was terrified that they would just reach out when I least expected it.
Yes, and every cartoon would have one scene where a kid almost gets eaten by some massive man-eating flower.
Meanwhile, in reality, it's just boring. It's just sitting there struggling to trap a single fly that's already half dead from flying into a window.
Right, yet somehow TV shows had us thinking that if you even looked at a tropical plant the wrong way, you were gonna get swallowed like you were a leftover McNugget.
It's honestly disappointing how much they hyped up these plants. I spent my whole childhood ready to fight a scary carnivorous plant, and instead, these plants are basically the old man of plant world. Slow, cranky, and only dangerous if you're a mosquito.
Also, can we talk about all the lies that parents told us so that we ate our vegetables and things like that?
My parents used to tell me like, hey honey, this, this soup has chocolate.
Did you ever believe that?
No, I didn't. It wasn't even disguised well. It was literally vegetable soup. Chunks of carrot, sad cabbage floating in there. There was no chocolate inside.
Like, just say you want us to be healthy, don't gaslight us into thinking soup is secretly Nutella.
Exactly, I was young, but not that stupid.
What about carrot makes your eyes green? And my mom actually said, have you ever seen a bunny wearing glasses? No, that's because they eat a lot of carrots.
That's actually funny. That's funny. And let's not forget bribery. Just eat 3 more bites and you'll get dessert. 3 bites turns into 4, 4 into 5, and suddenly you've eaten half a forest and there's still no sign of ice cream.
Do you know what time it is? Time to play Truth or Myth.
So, we've all come to the conclusion that there are many lies our parents told us when we were little. Is it possible that there were certain things they said that we thought were lies, but were actually true? That's exactly what we are gonna find out in this game, Truth or Myth.
So here's how this works. So I've combined a series of statements that our parents told us when we were little. And Miguel and Afonso are going to try and guess if our parents were telling the truth or if these are myths. Are you ready?
Yes, sure.
Let's do it.
So the first one is if you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 5 years.
What? I think that's a lie.
Yeah, 5 years is a long time. That has to be a lie.
Yeah, that is a lie.
Yes, let's go, Miguel.
Okay, here's the next statement. Don't sit too close to the TV, you'll become blind.
Oh, wait, I think that might be true. Like, if you sit really close and you stare at your TV for a really long time, it must hurt your eyes, don't you think?
I don't know. I was actually going to say it was a lie. I don't think you can become fully blind. What was it?
Well, I guess you're both right. This is actually kinda true-ish. If you sit too close to the TV a lot, it won't ruin your eyes permanently, so chances are you won't become blind. However, it can definitely contribute to eye problems.
That was teamwork.
Okay, so what's next?
Okay, here's the last one. If you don't wear sunscreen, you will get burned, even when it's cloudy.
What? That is a lie.
Yeah, that has to be a myth.
Well, our parents were telling the truth with this one. Google says UV radiation can still harm your skin on cloudy days.
Wow, that's very impressive.
2 out of 3, not that bad. How about you, listener? How many did you get correct? Alright, after all these wild lies we believed as kids, do we really need to keep telling them?
I mean, we turned out fine, right? But maybe we should rethink certain things.
Right. Let's not forget we spent way too much time thinking quicksand was gonna be our downfall.
Exactly, it's like we were all preparing for a disaster. Quicksand, plants that eat people, and monsters under the bed. Sounds like a good movie.
Right? But maybe in the end, those lies weren't the worst thing ever. I mean, they sparked our imaginations and kept things fun.
I mean, it made life a lot more exciting until you realized Santa wasn't real. And then, well, awkward.
The whole Santa's not real moment hit like a ton of bricks. But hey, I like to think it's part of growing up.
Exactly. And I think, in a way, these little lies weren't just about getting us to eat our veggies or believe in magic. As kids, we needed to believe in something bigger than ourselves.
For sure. And honestly, I also think that we all could use a little more of that sense of wonder as teenagers too. Maybe not about monsters or quicksand, but about the possibilities in our own lives.
I completely agree. I mean, life doesn't always have to be serious. Sometimes it's about rediscovering that sense of wonder and imagination.
Right. So, in conclusion, some of these lies were actually not that bad. We don't need to tell kids every wild lie, but giving them a little room to dream and believe is just what childhood is all about.
Yeah, I'm all for imagination, as long as it doesn't involve quicksand.
Agreed. Alright, folks, we'll catch you next time. Until then, watch out for any lurking monsters under the bed.
Thanks for listening to Remember When.
Bye.
Bye.